and their defense was too much for the Simpsons to handle.
And now we are jumping into game 4 of the Simpsons against Vendetta. The question is, will Vendetta take this game and finish it here right now, or will Simpsons come back, make it 2-2, and take us to a full best of 5, Wheezy?
Yes, best of 5. This is one of the most intense matches that we have seen in the NACT from both teams. You know, Theo over there with the heavy presence on the Grok, such a solid roamer. We've seen Fallen on the Bakito. Also, you do see a little bit of zonage from Theo trying to take that blue buff, giving the pressure to the Bakito on the early start.
That forces him to use that retribution, right? Forces him to take that utility away. That gives Pogi a little bit of an advantage over this Lethal Wander, a little bit of advantage as we move on through this jungle. Now, I do think the Simpsons, it may have a bit of an early possible game advantage, and you already know the mid spike is going to come with that Bakito around the 6-minute mark, a lot of damage, but Damien and Nate are going to be able to out-rotate Theo and Shiki in this mid side right now.
Now, I do see the Simpsons protecting the marksman a little bit more. You see Cold World over there on the carry. Takes a little bit of time to kind of do that damage, more of that late game marksman. You see Wanwan a little bit more of the aggressive play style. So I will say you have to protect the carry. Allow her to get to that late game. Carry, as herself, has to play a little bit safer as well. Don't put yourself in that position to give Wanwan that advantage. Now, just looking at the teams from history, we've seen Pogi possibly trying to go in for a clash, not able to really do anything there. But like we said, both teams very solid. They know how to prioritize these objectives. They go for the kills rather than trying to take the turtle out, prioritizing that jungle, taking out that marksman, going in for that back lane. We see Galaxy picking up the Yuzong. Is his plan to drop on the marksman? Is he going to drop on that real world manipulation? This is all going to be a battle of skill.
Promise doing a good job against Galaxy right now in these early stages, but Turtle now on the field. First Turtle of the game at that, and Pogi is still at his blue buff. I think this Turtle will go to, I mean, Fallen was still at his blue buff, and Pogi able to take that Turtle uncontested. Simpsons just taking this slow, not forcing anything. They don't lose too much gold, don't fall too far behind by losing that Turtle, but still 0-0 Wheezy. Simpsons don't want to risk anything. I'm hoping that they learn their lesson from the last game of just kind of playing it patient through this, because if not, we already know Vendetta's going to strike back hard.
And we know there's a lot on the line for the Simpsons right now. Vendetta taking 2 games in a row, giving them that more solid position for the 2 remaining spots of the top 4 in A. If the Simpsons does not win this match, they will be knocked out down to the lower brackets. They will have to put on a show today. They will have to try and push through the defense of Vendetta when it comes to that late game. But the clash from Pogi.
Oh, he does miss though, and Promise able to just get away with a sliver of health. A very close call, and we've been watching Pogi kind of sitting in those bushes. After he clears his jungle camps, he's just kind of waiting to use that ultimate and find his mark. I like the way he's playing this Helker right now, and excited to see what he tries to do next.
Helker can be a little tricky, especially with the mobility. Ooh, the clash in the mid lane.
Yeah, real manipulation does come out. Theo uses the wild charge though to help them get away. Might see a play though coming in from Fallen, locks on to Pogi here, brings him down to about half health, but Damien goes down on the backside. Galaxy there once again with that Black Dragon. Nate almost goes down as well from the passive of that. Promise showing up a little bit too late to the party there, not able to make a huge difference. Will clear this wave and most likely move back to the XP lane here.
What a close call from Nate. The Shaw Essence was almost too much for him to handle, but able to get out just in time. Right now, we're seeing Vendetta with a little bit of the lead. They have 1-0 right now, but the gold is not that much of a difference. We see the Corrosion side being picked up over by Yuna on the Wanwan, but a clash over on the Turtle.
Fallen does put a little bit of damage onto Theo there. Shiki, though, is here to help out. We still got to keep our eyes on Pogi, though, because he has that ultimate ready to go. Gets a little slowed down from Nate there. Galaxy also entering the fray now. Fallen continues to chip away at this, but down to the boss side. A double kill from both sides. Both marksmen going down, but the Turtle does finally fall. Fallen picks it up with that retribution, and now he's going to try to find something else. Misses the shot onto Shiki and goes back to the jungle. But overall, it's a 1-for-1 trade in the gold lane and a Turtle into the hand of the Simpsons.
The Simpsons hanging in there, a lot on the line. But ladies and gentlemen, receive your gifts now. There is a code. Tag a friend on Facebook and type NACT Fall Season, # NACT Fall Season in the North American Esports Discord main chat. Get your gifts now while they are available during today's live stream.
Huggy heard there was a giveaway, and when Savage picks up a kill on the top side, he's like, listen, I gotta get this kill, get back to my phone, put in the code real quick, because I need this. So at this point, they've taken a tower. Vendetta starting to claim a little bit in this map, but the Simpsons answer back by taking a tower in the goal lane. We are once again on game 4, and still at a big standstill, Wheezy.
Yes, and this is what we've seen. All of these matches have been very close, down to the 20-minute mark, depending on how they respond in these clashes. And right now, we're seeing another similar situation. But on the top side, Vendetta able to secure a tower. On the bottom side, the Simpsons with the marksman advantage taking the bottom tower. This is huge. A trade, though, for both sides, and that's what you want to see. That's how you remain in these games.
I would almost say it's maybe a bit more of an advantage for the Simpsons just because your gold laner gets to rotate. But honestly, even though, I mean, I think Galaxy, that's also a problem because Galaxy's already rotating a bunch, already getting involved. But now with that tower taken, we're going to see him much, much more. So we're getting now into the 6.5-minute marks, and it's going to come down. Oh, speaking of big plays that I was about to talk about, World Manipulation does come down. The wild charge almost takes out Cold World, but Galaxy's here to finish what he started. Picks up the kill into Cold World. May go down, though, but the passive keeps him alive. Nate now also in a bad spot. Fallen finally shows up to the party, tries to find something, can't quite do it. On the chase, on to Galaxy here, trying to connect. Galaxy may go down, does go down. A nice shutdown for Fallen, giving him a little bit of gold there to try to mash this, but Vendetta starting to creep away with this mid-game. Promise now gets a nice stun, does not land it though. On to Yuna. While all of this is happening, Pogi's like, listen, you guys got this. I'm gonna start working on this turtle, but Fallen walks up and steals it, blows back and forth, blows onto both teams. Gold still at a slight lead to Vendetta though.
Yeah, but looking at the kills, 5-2 right now. Looking at the towers, you do see the top lane being pushed in, the first tower, the bottom lane being pushed in as well. A trade for both sides. Looking at the items, looking at the marksmen. Windtalker picked up by carry. You see Wan with the corrosion side, but in the mid lane, Pogi able to take out Nate. A play, a rotation that the assassin junglers can pull off.
And that is huge for Pogi, right? And this is, honestly, I would almost say he may be running this Helker a little bit better than what we saw from Zero the other night. He's really, I mean, and he's not even like racking up the kills, but at least his team is getting them. At least they're getting them. I would like to, see them fall into him a little bit more, but those assists are still getting him some gold. He's still getting some items farmed up, and possibly I'm wondering if he's ahead of Fallen right now. Now Fallen though, looking for something. Theo gets the wild charge. Fallen's gonna find him again. But the Cold Altar comes in, saving the life of Fallen there. Promise still trying to get something. Cold World goes down on the boss side though. Galaxy searching, hunting, continues to find it. Pogi goes down. Fallen picks up that kill, a 1-for-1 trade. World Manipulation does come out. Promise and Damien decide not to over-engage there. Take it patient, but they are gonna start working on this mid-tier 3 tower.
Now, just looking at these clashes, will they be able to defend? You do see the heavy clash going on the mid side. The tower does fall.
Ooh, big stun comes in. Promise can't finish it though. Crossbow of Tang is not ready to go. No, it does go off. Promise able to escape it though, and now Fallen ready to strike back. Doesn't land the pack, doesn't land the punch, so he decides to back off. Simpsons, I mean, honestly, it still seems dead even. Before in past games, since it's always had a gold lead, but this time Vendetta are finding their mark, finding their attacks. Galaxy has just found something, gets the Petrify. Fallen goes down, Real Manipulations try to help fire back, but Shiki shows up in a nick of time, and Pogi moving on to Nate on the backside. Does pick it up with the tower shot, takes him out as well. Blow for blow, Easy. I just can't tell who's gonna come out on top.
You got to look at Vendetta right now. They have Galaxy over on the Yuzong. You do see the circling eagle from Damien for a little bit of an escape. Man, it's just looking good for the XP lane. Galaxy dominating with this Yuzong, 5-1. We got to look at these items right now and see how they are stacked up against each other. This team's just having a bloodbath for these objectives. Now, Yuzong doing a really good job. He dropped in. He was able to take out the jungler, taking out Fallen, delaying the jungle for the Simpsons. But is that enough. You know, it's going to be very interesting to see these clashes go down when there aren't the towers in play, and that's what we normally see from these two teams. An even matchup. The defense of Vendetta versus the offense of the Simpsons is usually the tale that we see in this series. The question is, will the Simpsons be able to prevail? They need to take this game. They need to get this win over Vendetta to remain in this match. It is a best out of 5. Vendetta took 2 in a row, and if the Simpsons takes this one, they will remain in for a game 5.
Yeah, and at this point, they're going to need to watch out. Galaxy continues to be a problem. Theo comes in with a big flicker wild charge. Nate is demolished. Cold World may be next. Siki picks that one up. Fallen to Damien trying to get something here. A nice knockout strike gets the knockup onto the team, but still not enough to take anybody's life. Promise now once again a little late to the party. Galaxy always an inch a field ahead of him. Lord now getting worked on, and Damien and Fallen may want to try to do something here. Galaxy brought very low, does go down. Damien goes down next though, and that's 3 members for the Simpsons, all just for Galaxy. Make that 4. Crossbow of Tank pops off, and no one but Nate and Fallen stand here. This is bad for Fallen. Yuna, he is chasing it down. Nate has reappeared on the field along with Cold World. Are they going to try to contest this? Lord down to about 50%. No retribution on the field. I think they don't want to do this, but Cold World going to try to come in. Gets the kill on Shiki. Now moving on to Yuna. No crossbow tank, so he should be able to do this, but the wild charge helps finish him off and saves Yuna's life. Lord goes to the side of Vendetta, and I can't help but think maybe the Simpsons shouldn't have tried to take that steal.
Now, that is not Luminous Lore, so there is still some time to fix this, but looking really solid for Vendetta going into the 12-minute mark. Taking that Lord, also able to stack some kills, increase the kill advantage 14-6. Looking at gold, not too much of a difference. The Simpsons hanging in there, but you do see Lord going down the mid lane. You see a little bit of the defensive posture from the Simpsons to contest against it. Theo going in possibly for a clash.
Yeah, I don't know. I think right now the Simpsons just trying to melt down this Lord. Vendetta aren't going to try to do nothing too major here. I think they know it's a little bit too late, but they have regained a lot of field. Theo with the conceal play gets shown though, and nothing too major. I think we're going to back off, but Vendetta has definitely taken advantage over the map, I feel. Bogey sitting at 1, 2, and 5, doing a good job using the utility of that ultimate to help the rest of his team make these engages.
Yeah, this is an interesting match, never knowing which side is going to go on. You would normally think 14-6, Vendetta has the game. They take these Lords, they have a good push, but the Simpsons, a little bit of a turnaround. They are the defensive team for match 4. Vendetta trying to put on some pressure, trying to go for the finish. They know if they take this win, they secure their spot in top 4 for North America. The question is, will the Simpsons allow it? They have a lot on the line, and I don't think they're going to give it up without a fight. They are going to have to play a little safer. Carry, you know, more toward the late game, will be doing a lot of damage, and it will be leaning toward their favor. But having that Wan, that crossbow tang for some sneaky plays, and also being able to proc it in the nick of time for possible wipeouts, we've seen that in the past be a deciding factor for these wins. So it's going to come down to a battle of the clash, a battle of the hero prioritization, and not overextending and just waiting for a mistake to happen from either side.
Yeah, I mean, with it being at not too huge of a gold lead for Vendetta, they could, you know, they could maybe come back here. My only worry for the Simpsons here is we've already seen Vendetta, like, take games when they were behind. So this time, at 13.5 minutes or 14 minutes, they have the lead. And that could be a problem as we creep into the end game. Simpsons have a great mid game, but sometimes where they falter a bit is when we start creeping in to these late stages, but we do have a pause now on the board, so this gives us a little bit of time, I guess, to break down exactly how this is going to go, Weezy. And like I said, I'm wondering if the Simpsons can actually come back here. Can they take this, or will Vendetta just clean sweep through the rest of this game?
This is a little bit of a different story than what we've seen in the previous matches. The Simpson was more of the aggressor. You know, you've seen Vendetta more on the defensive side, but it looks like things have changed going into match 4. Vendetta being the aggressor and the Simpsons on the defensive side. The question is their defense enough to withstand the pressure of Vendetta? We do see the Wan working in their favor as well. We haven't really seen too many crossbow of tangs. We haven't really seen carry come online either, so both marksmen Marksman's kind of warming up, but we will see a lot more presence from them as we go to that late game, as these towers drop. This is going to be a pivotal factor for both sides.
Yeah, I mean, at this point, I feel like looking at the Simpsons, it's going to really come down to if we need to see Pogi, we need to see Fallen kind of do what Pogi was doing last time and getting down onto that back lane. Same thing with that Lapu pick. They need to do something about the 1-1, and that's what Galaxy has been doing such a great job the past 2 games on the side of Vendetta. He's been just marking in onto Nate, marking in onto Cold World, and finding those back lane squishies and just causing mayhem. So the Simpsons need to be able to do that themselves if they're going to get themselves through this game, because if they don't, they're just giving 1-1 free reign, able to dance around and eventually get that crossbow of Tang off and do the damage that they need. So that's what I want to see from the Simpsons if they're gonna even try to compete in this match with.
Yeah, I'm just loving the intensity that they are bringing today. A show is definitely here. We don't know who's going to take it. Every time you think it's going in one favor, it goes toward the other. And that is what we're seeing today. Usually with these 2 teams, I say they're pretty much even in terms of these clashes, in terms of these objectives, and all of these fights, extend to the late game. These are 20-minute matches, with the dominating factor being who can live in these clashes, who has the advantage to be able to take that fight. And that's what we see. Sometimes it's a matter of the XP lane being able to cut while the Lord is in play to stop a player not having an advantage of a player being on a lane instead of on the Lord play may be a deciding factor. These teams have a lot on the line, though. Like we said, we got to know who is going to take this spot for the top 4 team of NA.
I mean, I think it could still go either way, and I've broken down the thoughts that I think the Simpsons need to be. My question to you is, Weezy, like, if there's a way for the Simpsons to come back, or what does Vendetta really need to do to just seal the deal here? What does the Simpsons need to watch out for if they're going to try to take this game?
I would say maybe bait out the Galaxy with the Black Dragon. Wait for him to use that before using that real world manipulation, because he's just gonna drop on you with that Petrify. Carry, protect the Marksman. Make sure she's not too overly aggressive, as she is gonna be a factor in these clashes for the late game. The next thing I will say is Mathilda also being able to have good positioning, not dying too early, to be able to help her team as that support role. That's what they need going into this. But one big factor is not being too over aggressive on the 1-1, and sometimes teams have that problem. They rush in on the 1-1 and allow a free crossbow tank, but the clash on the Lord.
Oh, Theo tries to come in with a wild charge. A nice silence though onto Sheikah, and kind of a big misplay from the side of Vendetta. Not quite able to get it all down. Galaxy comes in with the Black Dragon. That is a lot of ultimates wasted on that play. And looking at the side of the Simpsons, they still have 3 on them. Not only that, but Promise working away on this tower, bringing in a little bit of macro. Fallen now,
you do see on the
start playing for this Lord here. Gonna start doing a little bit of damage, playing it a little bit. Now Damien zoning out Vendetta. Theo may try to come in. Galaxy gets the Petrify, almost gets the knock up. Cold World though, still firing away. Fallen switches gears, takes out Theo, and now he's gonna continue to work on this Lord. Keep her eyes on Pogi though. He's gonna come in, but a little bit too late. Not quite able to steal the Lord, and he goes down. Cold World picks him up, and this now could also be bad for Shiki. It's a 3-man wipe. 5 still stand for the side of the Simpsons, and Lord is coming soon.
This is the play that the Simpsons needed, Trex. That's what they needed to stay in this game. Like we said, they lost 2 in a row. If they get knocked out of this one, they lose that top 4 position for NA and get knocked down to the lower bracket. Able to secure that Luminous Lord, and they are pushing in for a potential finish, or at least a potential advantage on the map. You got to look at Promise as well. With the zonage, clearing that top lane. A clash on the top side.
Oh, a lot of damage on a Cold World, a little bit too deep. Will go down to Galaxy, but Promise is here. Gets a huge ultimate onto 3 members. All of them fall. Galaxy, Theo, and Shiki along with the inhibitor. Now the Lord connects onto the base. Poggy trying to do something. Lord is getting melted down. Poggy able to pick up a kill. Cold World, Promise off the map, but the base is still falling. Damien continues to work on it. And ladies and gentlemen, we're going to game 5.